I gotta hit record as soon as I get these thoughts, because I always say, oh, I'll just remember it later and talk about it later, and I don't. I don't remember it later, so I'm gonna talk about it now. And it's always in the car, right? It's so therapeutic driving, just like showering, but you don't have a pen and paper in the shower. Anyway, the thought was, I'm listening to a podcast by, gosh, I don't know what her name is off the bat, but I'll let you know later. Sorry. But I listen to her podcast a lot, and this one, what she likes to talk about is quantum physics and things like pseudoscience. And I was big into this stuff before Jesus, right? Pre-Jesus. I believed in like manifestation and your thoughts becoming things. And I mean, even I still do believe in some of it, but on a different scope, like more scripture based. So the podcast that I'm listening to is exactly about that. It's about what do they have in common, these spirituality beliefs compared to scripture, and where's the middle ground. So I'm only like 5 minutes into the podcast. I don't have any new information for you just yet, but it made me think about how people, when they try to argue against God's law and scripture, they say that science is more factual, or it's like proven. So, science, people go hard for science, rightfully so. They have a good debate. But one can argue that God's law, the way that the Creator intended for his creation to live, it would be the most perfect way, right? First, you have to believe that there's a Creator, then you have to believe that we are his creation, and then the next step would be that he created the best laws and formula, right, for his people. So things like marriage, okay, it is statistically proven that when both parties in a marriage submit to a higher power and incorporate regular prayer into their marriage, it statistically ends in divorce less than people who don't have a higher power or don't incorporate regular prayer. They're more likely to divorce. It's fact, and it's proven true. And then similarly, like couples living together before getting married or having children before marriage is less likely to end in a successful marriage or marriage at all. These are things that are proven to be true. So it's not like when a Christian is seen as being judgmental about these things. Sure, Christians are not perfect, and some people call themselves Christians and they don't really live like Christ or try to. So I can see why we get a bad rep. But when you think about it, there are reasons why these lifestyle ways of living are put into place by God, because they're more successful statistically, and it's proven to be true. So argue with a scientist about that. I don't know. We're going to hear the rest of the podcast now.